He puts the FU in fun. It's the Luke Thomas Show on Sirius XM Rush 93.
All right, welcome back. Luke Thomas Show. You can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Luke Thomas News. I keep promoting Twitter, but Twitter is basically awful, so I'm going to stop doing that. You know who's not awful? Our next guest. He takes on Yair Rodriguez at UFC 211 on May 13th in Dallas. What a fun fight that is. The one and only, the answer, Frankie Edgar. What's up, Frankie?
Hey, Luke, how are you, man?
I'm doing quite well. Frankie, the last time I saw you, you were giggling on Instagram after surgery. How are you doing today?
I'm doing much better. Thankfully, it was a very, very quick recovery. The first week was miserable, but I got back to my feet rather quickly.
Whose call was that to put that video on online?
My wife was laughing. She thought it would be funny, so I went with it. I remember putting it up, but I don't remember saying any of that stuff. So yeah, it was pretty funny, man.
That is pretty awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here. So you're going to be taking on Yair Rodriguez. A lot of questions about this fight. Couple of things, just sort of the nuts and bolts here, because I'm hearing some things. Some things are being reported. It's a little weird. Have you signed a new deal with the UFC, or are you still on an existing, older deal?
No, we're on a new deal now with UFC.
You are? Okay. All right. When did you sign that?
Just right before we announced the fight.
Oh, so this is okay. So this is like all last week then.
Yes, correct.
All right. Did you get what you wanted? I mean, you never get everything you wanted, but how did it go? Was it painful or not?
Yeah, it's always painful, man. You know what I mean? But whatever. We came to an agreement. It is what it is, and I'm not. Listen, I'm doing okay. That's all that matters. I'm not getting raped here, but everybody wants more, a little more, I think.
Yeah, we all do. Well, only question I'll ask you is, I won't ask you for the money because I know you won't tell me anyway. But I am curious about the number of fights on it. Can I ask how many are on it?
Yeah, we 6-fight deal.
And your last deal, was that also a 6-fight deal?
Yes, also 6-fight deal.
All right, so you are intending to spend a lot more time with us in the octagon. I take it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel good. I didn't get this surgery for nothing, and I want to get some miles out of it, before we sell it. You know what I mean?
Before we move on to this Rodriguez fight in particular, let me ask you a bizarre question. How many surgeries have you had since you joined the UFC?
That was my first. Well, I mean,
really?
Not including nose surgery. I mean, nose surgery isn't really surgery. It's just restraining things up. But this was the first time I got cut open. Yeah.
And so they don't put you under when they do nose surgery? They just use local anesthetic?
No, I've been put under, but they're pretty much just cracking my nose back, and they're not really opening me up or anything. So I don't really want to constitute that as surgery. I think,
Gotcha. Okay, you didn't go under the knife, in other words.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Yair Rodriguez. What an interesting guy this is. What would you say is the biggest challenge when facing a guy like him?
I just think he's so unorthodox. Really doesn't. You don't know what's coming next. He's a trick fighter, like a very good trick fighter. I'm not saying that's all he's got. I'm just saying that his tricks are one after the other. So you don't know what's coming next.
And did that intrigues you? Like, when you think about fighting him and you think about the rewards as a consequence, what do you think there are? Like, what do you get out of this fight?
Oh man, I get to fight and I get paid, man. I don't. At this point, I didn't care. I knew Lamas was on the table. He was on the table. I said, give me somebody in May. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, really. The only person that I would seek to fight and hope to fight is the person that has the belt. That's kind of just the way I've been doing it. And, I get these interesting challenges. Once I get them, then I get excited for the challenge. The challenge is that he's this unorthodox guy. I don't think I fought anybody like him. So that's going to be something new that I got to deal with.
So this is interesting. Like, obviously you're not thinking about the title, but given all the uncertainty and everything that's happening in the division, plus Jose and Max have their own business in June, you are more just focused on stay busy as possible, keep winning, and things will eventually resolve themselves?
Yeah, man, I don't know if anything will ever resolve itself. There's really no rhyme or reason on how we're doing things, with title fights in any weight class. I just want to stay busy, and I want to, fight, make some money. I am 35 years old. I don't want to be sitting around. I feel ever since I lost the title, I felt like I'm always trying to fight the correct fight to get me towards the title, and maybe not fighting a certain time. When I just think I want to just be, just thinking about fighting and staying active right now. And if you win, it's only going to lead towards the title. I think I'm always just from what I've done in my resume, I'm kind of always a fight or two within the title. So I just got to keep fighting.
Certainly do. Frankie Edgar joins us here on the Luke Thomas Show. Did you? I don't know how. I'm not sure if you've even seen it, but Yair's last fight was against BJ Penn, and of course it was a mugging, man. You know what I mean? I'm not even sure why they made the fight in some days, but the one thing about it was it's like, okay, Yair wins, but I don't know that I really learned a whole lot about Yair from that fight. Did you?
Yeah, it's a tough fight to really take from. BJ is kind of a shell of himself at that point. I believe he's not the same person that we know, from the past. So, it's really tough to pull some technique and strategy from that fight. But there's other fights that I'm not really a big guy to do that anyway. I let Mark kind of mostly do most of it, and we execute in practice. And he'll bring it up. We'll watch some video of it, but he's the one that really breaks it down, much more than myself.
Obviously it's going to be hard to tell a guy like BJ to step away, and I'm not asking you to do that now. What I am asking is, you fought him 3 times over the course of several years. From the first fight to the last one, how different did it feel fighting him?
Yeah, I mean, the first one to the last one, the last one, it was, you have to go into a fight thinking you're fighting the best version of that person. And that's the way I prepared, at least. But once I got in there, it took me a while to even get used to really believe that I was doing what I was doing, I think, at times in that fight. And, my plan was to go in there and get the job done 100%. But even in the process, being that it was BJ and the history we had, I definitely felt a little weird, hitting him with them elbows and whatnot. I was kind of hoping that they would stop it, while it was going on,
Gee, you ever felt that way with any other opponent?
No, not really, And, I spent a lot of time with BJ. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Maybe because he's just an icon. He's someone I looked up to coming into the game. Maybe that's why. But, I just, I felt a little weird. I mean, listen, I'd much rather it be that way than the other way around. Don't get me wrong. So you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, certainly do. That's hilarious. All right, Frankie, let's talk about something your coach just told us. Now, he obviously has a tremendous amount of respect for Yair Rodriguez. I think everyone does. He's obviously a great talent, but he told us that you were more looking towards a fight with Ricardo Lamas, and the UFC just didn't seem interested. What about the Lamas fight intrigued you?
No, I just think as far as numbers go, he's right under me. I mean, all the rankings kind of, let's be honest, don't really mean much. But they are the UFC rankings, so he's right under me. I thought, he'd be. That just made sense, just based on the number game. But whatever, I'm down for either or. Lamas seemed like it made more sense, but that's not what they felt.
So, yeah, that's weird. Did they ever tell you why?
No, not really. Again, I'm not really. I wasn't pushing for Lamas either. I'm not really a picky guy like that. So
okay.
Maybe I never asked. Maybe
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Frankie Edgar joins us here on the Luke Thomas Show. Frankie, look, your fight's taking place in May, and then UFC 212 is Max versus Jose. Let me pitch to you a true-false question. All right? True or false, it's better for you and the division generally if Max Holloway wins.
True. True.
Okay, tell me why.
I mean, what are my chances of getting the third crack at Aldo? As far that's me being selfish, talking about me. For the division, I guess it's just Jose doesn't defend the belt frequently. He's kind of been a little the business side with him in the UFC has been a little off lately. So I guess Max is a pretty active kid. He's young. That's probably would make more sense for the business side. But for me, selfishly, I don't know if they're going to give me a third crack at Aldo ever.
What do you make of Max's chances? He's getting better fight over fight, but Jose probably better than just about anybody. Who do you like in that fight?
Yeah, I don't know right now. Because Aldo, like not too long ago, was talking about I'm done, I'm retiring. So who knows where his head's at? Max is getting better and better, like you said, every fight. I think Aldo's probably the fastest and best athlete in this division. So I don't know if Max has fought a guy like that. I don't know. It's up in the air for me.
Okay, fair enough. But let's say Aldo wins, and let's say you win. You are expected to win, of course, at UFC 211. You win, Aldo wins. I'm sure you're going to advocate for a title shot, but if the UFC makes it clear that's not going to happen, would you stick around featherweight, or would that hasten a potential move to bantamweight? And by the way, your coach on today's show called you a 135er, man. So like, and thinking about your future, I know you're focused on Yair, but that can't be out of your mind either.
Yeah, I'm open to all possibilities. I mean, it's easy for Mark to say, you don't got to cut no damn weight, you know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Like I said, I've been saying it for a while. Like for 35, if there's a title on the line, I mean, that'd be hard to pass up. Knowing that maybe I'll never get a crack at 45 if Aldo does win, that could maybe send me there as well. But I don't know. I just don't even want to think about the different weight classes right now when I have a fight. May at 145.
Yeah, certainly, and a tough challenge as well in Yair Rodriguez. Frankie, I understand you're going to be making your commentary debut this Saturday in Curitiba, spelled Curitiba, Brazil, for Brave MMA. Is that right?
Yes, that is. I'm heading out this Wednesday if we don't get, hopefully the flight don't get messed up with the snowstorm that's supposedly coming. But, yeah, I'm going out there to do a commentate for Brave. It's my first time ever doing it. I'm definitely nervous and excited.
How is a guy like you nervous for commentary when you've been fighting in a cage for 10-plus years?
Because fighting, you don't hear me talking when we're fighting. There's no talking going on. So I have 0 reps at that. But, I'm just going to try to be myself. That's what I said. Just, a guy enjoying some fights.
And as I understand it, I don't know if you've visited on your own, but I don't think you've ever fought in Brazil, have you? So, is this your first time in Brazil?
This is my very first time in Brazil, yeah. So, on top of that, that's very, very exciting.
Now, do you know how U.S. fans can watch? Is there an option?
I really don't know. I will make sure to put it on my social media where people could watch. Hopefully I don't regret that they're watching me.
I'll tell you what, we'll figure it out too, and we'll tweet it out from our station account at MMA on SiriusXM. You can follow Brave MMA at Brave MMAF on Twitter and as well on Instagram. I bet you can get a lot of information from that as well. Frankie, always appreciate your time. We're looking forward to UFC 211, by the way. Before I let you go, you have to be let me ask you this before we let you go. Do you care if you're on stacked cards or not stacked cards? Because you're on a super stacked card this time.
Yeah, my last 3 cards, I was on 200, 205, and now 211. I like it, man. There's definitely a good buzz around it. I'm not saying that I want to fly under the radar. That's not the best promotional stance to have, but you kind of fly under the radar a little bit being on these really big cards when you're not the exact main event. And it just feels big. It does. It feels big. It's kind of hard to feel big nowadays having fights every weekend. But when they're stacked like that, kind of have that nostalgia back.
They certainly do. And you can catch Frankie on his commentary debut Saturday for Brave MMA. We will tweet the information about that in the event that there's an English language option available for U.S. viewers as well as Canadian. And Frankie, always appreciate your time. Best of luck to you in May.
Hey, thanks, Luke, man. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.
You too. Okay, there he goes. I hope he can make his flight, too, because it's going to snow in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. All right, 844-796-7874. If you're on hold, we will come back and get your big takeaway from UFC Fortaleza. And when we get back, I want to talk about Edson Barboza because I was blown away by his performance on Saturday, and I want to talk about what that means. 844-SXM-RUSH. It's the Luke Thomas Show. Don't go anywhere.
Explosive takedowns, jaw-dropping KOs, and electrifying submissions. If it happens in the world of mixed martial arts, we're talking about it on SiriusXM Rush 93 and the SiriusXM app.